Breaking news. Tension rises in Southeast. Military begins operations against Kīlliñgs and others. Details. The military on Monday began an operation in the Southeast as part of efforts to address rising insecurity in the region. The army indicated this at a press conference in Awka, the Anambra state capital, as soldiers and policemen paraded the streets of Owerri, the Imo state capital, in a show of force on Monday. In Enugu, the Enugu state capital, hoodlums had a field day as they were on the rampage in the process of enforcing the sit-at-home order, which the indigenous people of Biafra said it had suspended. There has been worsening insecurity in the southeast since the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in June. Last week, 9 persons, including Dr. Shike Akunyili, the widower of the late Minister of Information, Professor Dora Akunyili, were killed by gunmen at Nkpo in the Idemilu North local government area of Anambra State. On Monday, violence continued in Enugu, where hoodlums attacked and set ablaze a tricycle for allegedly disobeying the sit-at-home order. It was gathered that hoodlums operating in a Hilux van moved round from parts of Enugu on Monday morning to enforce the sit-at-home order. The sit-at-home continued to take its toll on the businesses and social activities in the state. Residents of the states once again stayed in their homes, while some miscreants continued to create fears by attacking those who disobeyed the sit-at-home order. It was gathered that a tricycle was set ablaze at Amachi Road Junction, Agbani Road, despite security assurance by the state government. There was panic in Owerri, Imo State capital, on Monday as news filtered in that a group of gunmen were on the rampage. Schools, markets, banks, and eateries immediately shut down as residents ran for their lives. While parents and guardians rushed to withdraw their children and wards from schools, all roadside shops and motor parks were deserted. Vehicles that were on transit when the news broke reversed and discharged their passengers. One of our correspondents saw parents withdrawing their children from Oji Primary School as students of Imo State University deserted the campus. A parent who refused to disclose his identity told one of our correspondents that his neighbor told him that hoodlums were going to schools to attack pupils, saying that it was a huge risk to allow his children remain in school considering the current situation. The Punch observed that the panic situation, which began at about 10 a.m., was as a result of Operation Show of Force embarked upon by the army and police in the state. The situation forced vehicles owners and barrow pushers to quickly leave the roads and streets, just as roadside traders also took to their heels. The state commander for information and strategy, Declan Emulumba, said the stampede was uncalled for, adding that the security operatives were on Operation Show of Force in the state. The 302 Artillery Regiment General Support on Monday launched exercise Golden Dawn to provide security in the state. The exercise, according to the commander 302 Artillery Regiment General Support, Colonel Abdulkarim Usman, will help to combat insecurity in the state and foster interagency cooperation. There was tension in Southeast when the military begins operation against Kīlliñgs and order. They started operating to curb killings, to curb bloodshed, to curb kidnapping, and so on in the southeast, which they term as Golden Dawn, exercise Golden Dawn, which is to provide security in the state, to curb against every evil atrocities in the state. The Colonel Abdul Karim Usman said, the exercise Golden Dawn will help to combat insecurity in the state and foster interagency cooperation. The exercise Golden Dawn will help to foster cooperation in the southeast, whereby they'll be able to come together to help one another, cooperate together to bring down insecurity in the state, to provide security in the state. The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Declan Emulumba, said that the stampede was uncalled for, adding that the security operatives were on Operation Show of Force in the state capital. The panic situation was observed about 10 a.m. and as a result of that, Operation Show of Force embarked upon the army and police in the state. We saw parents going to the schools of their children to pick their children because of this event. A parent who refused to disclose his identity told one of us that his neighbor told him that hoodlums were going to schools to attack pupils, saying it was a huge risk to allow his children remain in school considering the current situation. Some parents were seen withdrawing their children from Oji primary schools. Imo State University students deserted the campus. Vehicles that were on transit when the news broke reversed and discharged their passengers. Parents and guardians quickly rushed down to the schools of their children to withdraw their children and wards from schools. Even roadside shops and motor parks were shut down immediately. Schools, markets, banks, and eateries shut down immediately as the residents ran for their lives. There was panic in Owerri, the Imo State capital, where a group of gunmen were on rampage. The state is not in a peaceful state. Different groups have been coming up. Unknown gunmen come up today, kills people, bloodshed everywhere, miscreants coming up. The residents of the state, once again, stayed in their homes, while some miscreants continue to create fears by attacking those who disobeyed the sit-at-home order. Thank you for listening.